Hey everybody, welcome back to Champion Sons and our NCAA football series with the Texas Tech Red Raiders. As we are number one in the country and will be facing off against the TCU Horned Frogs today in Fort Worth. So it is going to be a tough battle game. But before we get to that, let's take a look at some of the commits that we do have. One of our biggest one, Chad Stevens, coming in as a defensive tackle, kind of shoring up some of our offensive line with Corey Dickerson. Then Rodney Lee comes in as a wide receiver at 64. He's not Antoine Heron that we're trying to go after, but hey, he's a solid recruit, and I think he can do a lot for us there. Rob Williams, Al Hunter at 69, Ray Cronin. We've got a lot of good talent. Clinton Davis coming in as a receiver, 65 overall. We did lose Chris Randolph and then running back Scott Fitzpatrick. We kind of felt that was going to happen, so it's not that big of a hit for us. So we do get them off our board. Now, taking a look at some of the guys we're in a battle with. Jeremy Small, defensive tackle. Corey Dennis, our linebacker. And we kind of just max everybody out. Look at Haran there. Just trailing behind Houston, but I think we can catch them and kind of pique his interest if we can continue to play well. So we're going to get this game started out now. Here in the first quarter, TCU did stop us, and now they are on the move with a big pass over there to Chris White for 17 yards. Pennington tried to put a hit on him, just couldn't do it. As the TCU quarterback, Jason Brown, is 2 for 2 so far on their opening drive of the game. And that's one thing we're going to have to be careful of is big plays. TCU, that's what they can pull off. And yeah, we're number one in the country right now. TCU's unranked. They are 3-6 on the season. So this is one of those trap games you have to be careful of. And they're going to hand it off to Cook over to the left side, and he's going to be brought down after a gain of only 2 yards there. He's got 12 yards on 3 carries. I'm at 4 yards a carry. It's pretty early on, but I think we can keep him bottled up fairly decently. We just have to be careful to let him get to the outside. So now 2nd and 8 for the Horned Frog offense as they come out in a pistol formation. Brown has a snap, throws it over to the left. He's going to find White, and Smith will bring him down after a gain of 9 yards. Jason Brown, 3 for 3, getting it going early. We've got to get him to stop. Our defense has been kind of a bend but don't break, and right now we are bending hard in one direction, trying to basically get this drive stopped here. TCU comes out in a pistol formation once again, handing it off to Cook. He bounces it to the left, almost gets outside, but Aaron Johnson is going to bring him down after a gain of only about 3 yards here. Pretty good come from behind tackle right there and getting back into position. He got caught kind of out of position a little bit there on the outside. So now TCU is going to come in here at about a 4 wide setup, 3 receivers to the right and 1 off to their left. As Brown gets the snap, scans over, hands it off to Armstrong up the middle, and he's going to be brought down. Oh, that wasn't Armstrong. That was Armstrong that made the tackle. Bo Lawson for the Horned Frog offense. Looks like they're fullback, but he doesn't get anything really on that play. Armstrong does make the tackle for the Red Raider defense. And this is going to bring up a 3rd and 7 now. So they're going to come out in a shotgun formation, 4 wide once again. Brown with the snap. He scans over, plenty of time, pressure gets to him, but he drops it off for Cook on the outside, and that's going to be a touchdown, but there is a flag. Pass interference, and that's going to be on the offense. Pass interference on the offense, that's going to be a penalty right there. 10 yards, 3rd and 17 now, and their coach is not happy about that one. So 3rd and 17 after they scored that touchdown, negated because of the penalty. And we've got to get better pressure. We've got to start doing that. You saw he had all day on that last throw. So 3rd and 17, 4 wide once again here in the shotgun. Brown has the snap. Scans over, fires it to his left. He's got White who's going to get the first down on a 3rd and 17. You've got to be kidding me. White makes a 19-yard reception. Anderson, thankfully, was there to lay some lumber to him and knocked him out at the 1-yard line. But good Lord, our defense failed us on that one. There's that little Looked like a little deep corner route. He just could not stick with him. So now 1st and goal. TCU, pistol formation. They get pressure there, and he's going to get hit, but Pennington, he does stop him. Pennington makes a tackle on Carpenter, brings him down basically for no gain. I guess he was not able to get that ball across the goal line. It looked like pretty close from up here, but unable to do it. So it is now 2nd and goal for this Horned Frog offense. They're going to come out in the power formation. Brown is under center, and he's going to take the QB sneak right up the gut. We kind of spread stuff out. I expected maybe a little play action. That was a poor call on my part. And we are now trailing here 7-0 after this extra point gets booted up, and it does go through. So we are trailing 7-0 now here in Fort Worth. Not looking good for the Red Raiders so far early on. Taking a look, Miami, number 2 team in the nation, holds on barely against Virginia and beats them 45-42. So it looks like some of the top teams are having some stressful Saturdays out there along with us. So here comes our next drive in a shotgun formation. Holt drops it off, and that one's almost intercepted. Fired it over to Cutler on the little curl route. And they jumped that one and almost took it the other way to the house. Holt is 1 for 3 on passing yards today with no yards gained. And that brings up 2nd and 10. We hand it off to Church, kicks it out to the left. Should have cut it up the middle. Looked like he had a hole, but continued on that way. And gets only 3 yards, and that brings up 3rd and 7 here. Needing a big-time conversion by our offense. We're going to come out in the shotgun. We got 3 wide with Paul at tight end. 5. We're going actually 5 wide. Empty set. Birch and Paul in the slot position. Holt rolling out to his right. Fires it back to his left, and that one's deflected down. Looked like he was going for Andy Paul there, and that will force us to punt. And so now on the Horned Frog ensuing drive, we have him at a 3rd and 7. Brown gets the snap. Pressure starts to come as Armstrong is pretty well cut up underneath, and he throws it deep for Robinson. We overran that one. You've got to be kidding me. Our defensive backs, what are y'all doing out there? Brown is now 6 of 6 for 99 yards. He just went deep for about 40 to 50 right there, and we overran it as their receiver stopped to come back to it. And we were just a split second too late in making that play happen. Now they hand it off to Cook off to the left side, and he's going to pick up just about a yard. He will be brought down rather quickly. Our defensive line is holding up pretty well against the run, but it's getting pressure in the passing game that's becoming an issue. So 2nd and 9 now as we are under 1 minute to play here in the first quarter. As TCU hands it off to Cook to the left side, bounces off 1-2 tacklers. Armstrong finally fighting with him. Armstrong and Franklin fighting to bring Cook down. He was fighting off tackle after tackle. Anderson and Johnson came and hit him, but to no avail. And finally, Armstrong had to really put everything he could into bringing him down. Our defense is reeling now as TCU's 3rd and 9 here in a shotgun formation. 4 wide. Brown has a snap. Pressure up the middle. He's going to get the completion into the end zone for the touchdown. Wow, Brown is having a perfect day. 7 of 7. And a touchdown is the TCU Horned Frogs are shocking the number 1 Texas Tech Red Raiders as they have just gone up 14-0. Now taking a look, Clemson's having about the same kind of day we are. They're trailing to Maryland 21-0 there. It's early in the second quarter. Man, what is happening? This is just becoming one of those weird, wild Saturdays in college football. So here we come back out in our ensuing drive with a 3rd and 10 here in the second quarter. Holt drops back, fires it over the middle. Rivas with the catch, finally. We're starting to make some plays. Rivas gets that one for 24 yards. Holt dropped it beautifully in the tight zone. Not sure I'd recommend throwing that too often, but it worked out for us that point and puts us at the 24-yard line. We are at about 8 minutes to go in the second quarter, trying to put together a solid drive to get points on the board. So now we come out in a pistol formation, 3 wide. Holt. They bring pressure. Holt stands tall, fires it over to Cutler, and that one almost got intercepted. Making some risky passes. I don't like it seeing us try to force the ball in there. We need to find the open guy. 2nd and 10. Pistol formation. Holt hands it off to Birch up the middle. Tries to make a man miss, but he's going to pick up only about 4 yards. Does bring up a third and manageable for a 3rd and 6 here at the 20-yard line, as we're basically right there at the red zone. So now 3rd and 6, a big time conversion needed. We're only 2 for 4 on our 3rd down conversion so far in the day. Holt in the shotgun, 4 wide. He's got the snap. They bring the blitz. He drops it off for Rivas, who's going to pick up the first down. Zach Rivas with 8-yard reception right there. He's got 32 receiving yards on this drive alone, and they have been some of the biggest that we've had all game. So now 1st and 10, well inside the red zone at the 12-yard line, as the clock is now at about 7 minutes to go in the second quarter. Holt's going to come out in a pistol formation once again. 2 running back set. Since Birch in motion, Holt fires it over the middle. He's got Cutler on the slant pattern. That's going to pick up 9 yards. Mark Cutler with his first reception on the day as well. And that gets us down to about the 3-yard line here with a 2nd and 1. And Holt 5 of 11 passing for 45 yards. Not what you expected to see from him. Comes out 4 wide pistol, hands it off to Birch up the middle on the option, and finally the Red Raiders get on the board. Oh my goodness. Oh baby, oh baby. Starting the climb back. One little score by score. That's all it takes. Drive by drive. I mean, what was it Al Pacino said in Any Given Sunday? Inch by inch. Or however you talk like him. And that extra point puts us down, cuts their lead in half, 14-7. Downside to that is they will get the ball back on the kickoff, and so here's their ensuing drive with a 2nd and 10. Brown takes a quarterback run up the middle and avoids a couple big shots by Anderson and Pennington from the safeties and slides down after a gain of 6 to bring up 3rd and 4 here. 5 minutes to go in the second. TCU is still leading 14-7. And so here they come back out in a shotgun formation. They got 3 wide off to the right side, tight end to the left. Brown has a snap. Pressure gets there. Aaron Johnson brings him down. Oh, my goodness. Oh, baby. Oh, baby. He comes through on the blitz, practically untouched. Just too much speed for the guard to handle. And he's going to make the sack just in time before he could throw that ball away. And that would force TCU to punt it over to us. So now here we are, 3 minutes remaining in the quarter, 3rd down and 3. Holt has a snap. They bring the pressure. He's going to drop that one off for Hunter Sparks down the sideline, and he's going to be hit hard at about the 38-yard line. But that will be a big conversion for us. They brought the pressure. Holt stands in tall, takes the tough hit, and makes a good throw over to Sparks, and that does get us down to the 38-yard line with a brand new set of downs here. So 1st and 10 is what we're looking at, trailing by 7. As we're going to come out to the line, 4 wide pistol formation. Holt has a snap, hands it to Birch up the middle, breaking tackles. Chris Birch going forward. And look at that, Holt leading the way. After he bounced off the first tackler, Birch kind of got delayed there. Holt started to lead the way with blocking. That's what you expect to see from your leader at quarterback, although it does kind of make you nervous seeing him charge into those big hog mollies in the line. So 2nd and 8 coming out, offset shotgun formation. Holt making some changes. Has the snap, drops it off for Hunter Sparks over the middle, who's going to pick up about 11 yards on that one. And this drive is staying alive. Hunter Sparks, 2 receptions for 34 yards, all coming on this drive. It was Rivas in the last one. Sparks so far in this one. Holt is now 7 of 13 for 79 yards passing. Minute and a half remaining in the second quarter. Holt with the 1st and 10 fires it over to Birch, and Chris Birch runs it up the middle from that point and gets 12 yards on that reception, and that will give us a 1st and 10 now at the 12-yard line once again. So this is where, it gets kind of nerve-wracking for us, needing to make a score and avoid the mistakes. Holt's going to come out in the shotgun, 4 wide. He gets the snap. It's going to be an option. He hands it to Birch up the middle. Chris Birch powering forward, picks up 12 yards. Just not enough that was needed to get into the end zone. So it's going to be 1st and goal from basically the 1-inch line. And we are Texas Tech. So what do you do at 1st and goal from the 1 inch? You go 5 wide. Holt in the shotgun by himself. Snap comes, fires it off. That's going to be caught by Hunter Sparks with the 1-inch reception for the touchdown. Oh, my goodness. Oh, baby. Oh, baby. Hunter Sparks gets in there, makes a great catch. Risky throw, though. Real risky throw by Holt, but he believed in Sparks, and he comes through with it. Great, powerful hands, make the catch, and keep possession. And now we're just one extra point away from tying this game up with the clock under 1 minute to go in the second quarter. And we will boot that one through. So 40 seconds are remaining here. This is college football. TCU still has 3 timeouts. This is still plenty of time for a team to score. And in fact, TCU is going to try to work down the field. 30 seconds now. Brown fires it over to Ross there on the right side. He's going to make the tiptoe catch. LaShawn Ross, his 3rd reception for 26 yards on the afternoon, gets TCU to the 35-yard line. And they will use a timeout. Kind of odd since he stepped out of bounds, but hey, more power to him. As 29 seconds are remaining on the clock, TCU in a shotgun formation. Brown has a snap. Fires it over the middle, and that's going to be caught by Craig Robinson for a 5-yard reception. TCU will use their second timeout. Brown is having a hell of a first half, 12 of 13 for 160 yards and a touchdown. So they're at the 29-yard line now. 26 seconds are remaining, but they only have 1 timeout, so they need to get some first downs and try to be careful with it. We've got to make a play here. Brown with the snap. Wilson brings pressure off the edge. He fires it deep. And that one should have been intercepted by Franklin, but he's unable to come down with it, and it'll bring up 3rd and 5. 21 seconds now from the 29-yard line. Now is when we need a sack, more than ever. TCU is going to be coming after us pretty fast and heavy on this one. They are going 4 wide in a shotgun formation. Here we go, 3-3-5 setup. Brown runs out to his right. He gets past Wilson, and he doesn't know what to do with it. He's kind of bottlenecked by his own guys, and he's finally brought down after a 1-yard rush. Brown went into panic mode. Wilson came off the edge with some pressure, and Brown just didn't know what to do with himself. And so the clock will continue to tick away here as they are going to try about a 45-yard field goal to take the lead. Once again, it is up, and it is through as time expires here in the first half. TCU takes the lead as the half expires, 17-14. They've had their offense, up until that second quarter, had our defense reeling. We didn't know what we were doing. We started to kind of figure them out a little bit, which I think can really work to our advantage here. You know, we got to play smart in the second half, but I think we can use this for us and really kind of come after them in the second half. We're going to have to see how things go here. As TCU put on some big plays, got the early lead, and now they're going to get the ball to start the second half. And they are moving once again with the 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line of Red Raider territory. Brown, he's going to toss it out to Cook, and Franklin's going to come up there and put some hit on Brandon Cook. Cook for a 4-yard loss. Alex Cook, not Brandon Cook. He's only got 20 yards rushing on the day. Looks like he may be struggling a little bit. So we have kept him bottlenecked, and it's just Brown in the passing game has been picking us apart. So 2nd and 14 here for the Horned Frog offense now at the 43-yard line. As they're going to come out in a shotgun formation. 3 receivers to the left, hands it to Cook, cuts it back to the right, breaking tackles. Cook lost 4 yards on the last carry, picks up 6. Kind of gained that back and some. And that's going to bring up a 3rd and 8 here for the Horned Frog offense. This is a big one for our defense. We need to get a stop. We need to get a sack. We need to prevent them from putting points on the board. And they're going to come out in a shotgun formation, same as last time. Brown has a snap. Pressure gets to him, and he's hit. But he gets the pass away to Robinson and Anderson. Anderson comes through and puts Craig Robinson to the turf. Brown is 15 of 17 for 196 yards. And he's getting those away at the last second there like he did on that one. But it does bring up a field goal opportunity for about 48 yards. TCU puts a boot to it, and it is going to squeeze through those uprights. They've extended their lead now 20-14 here. But we're still within a score, which is what's important. And now, about 5 minutes ago in the third quarter, the Red Raiders, we are moving. We're going to go 5 wide. Holt drops back. He finds Birch over the middle, and Birch gets down the field for 13 yards and picks up a first down for this offense. If we can't do it with him on the ground, let's get it to him through the air. Maybe start spreading them out a little bit. And Holt has picked up passing 12 of 18 for 122 yards. So the next play is going to be an option keeper, and they were all over it. TCU has had our option number all day. Oh, man. Holt, he's having a rough afternoon. There were rumors of him being a Heisman favorite coming into this game. Working his way up that ladder, but it doesn't look like this game's going to be too much for his resume on that. 2nd and 13, Holt now fires it over the middle to Zach Rivas. He's got him for 18 yards. When you need a reliable kid, Rivas is the one you go for. He's got 4 receptions for 55 yards on the day. He has come through in a lot of big spots for us. Brings up 1st and 10 now inside the red zone. Holt in a pistol formation, 3 wide. A little bit of play action. Holt rolling out to his right. No one there. Holt's going to take off himself and slides down after a gain of 5 yards. Smart move right there. Too many defenders in front of him to probably get into the end zone. Why take the hit if you don't have to? He slides down at the 12. Under 3 minutes to go in the third quarter, still trailing by 6, 20-14. Holt in a pistol formation, 4 wide. He gets the snap, hands it off to Birch up the middle, bounces off a blocker, and picks up about 4 yards on that one. He's got 57 yards on 13 carries with the 1 touchdown earlier in the first half. So 3rd and 1 is what we're looking at here from the 8, trailing by 6. A field goal will do, but, we really need to get a touchdown on this. We are 5 of 7 on 3rd down conversions now. So Holt's going to be in a shotgun or pistol formation, hands it to Birch, big hole open. Birch lowers his shoulder. Oh, my goodness. Oh, baby. Oh, baby. Birch with the violent touchdown run, and this game is now tied up. Birch would not be denied. Lowered his shoulder into about 3 defenders, ran through him, and gets into the end zone. And with this extra point, we have our first lead of the ball game. 2 minutes to go in the third quarter. 21-20 is how it stands in Fort Worth right now. Now, the downside to scoring is you got to give it back to the other team. TCU, trailing only by 1, is trying to come back. They're going 5 wide. Brown has a snap. Quarterback run from the beginning. Aaron Johnson lays into Brown, puts him on his back very harshly. Whew, big hit. And that's going to be a stop for about 4-yard gain as we approach the 30-second mark in the third quarter. This one is winding down, getting tense. Red Raiders trying to make a stop. Brown has a snap. Throws it over the middle, and he's got Ross. And Andre Hayes does a good job at bringing him down, but LaShawn Ross picks up the 6 yards needed for the first down. Jason Brown, 18 of 21 for 216 yards. He has had an amazing day. It just seems like we cannot get him to throw an incomplete pass. And our guys really are not in the best coverage positions. I think we have to admit that we need to look at changing how we run our defense a little bit going forward. Now the next one, they hand it off to Cook, who goes right, tries to cut it back, and he's brought down for only a 2-yard rush. And so that will be the final play of the third quarter as Cook's got 14 rushes for 54 yards. Tough sledding on the ground for both teams so far in this one. So going into quarter number 4, we will have the 1-point lead here in Fort Worth, 21-20. Our defense, we have TCU at the 29-yard. They're at our 29-yard line, well within field goal range. And so here they come out in a pistol formation, 3 to the left, 1 out to the right, so 4 wide. Hands it off to Cook up the middle. Cook makes a couple guys miss, and he's going to be brought down. Alex Cook brought down after a gain of about 9 yards. So 1st and 10 now from the 19-yard line. They found a little gap, and they went right up that middle, and they got the first down, so they are inside the red zone. Our defense needs to stiffen up right now. As Brown has a snap, fires it over the middle. Evans is going to make the catch. Earl Evans gets a 7-yard reception, and that's going to be a big one for us. We've got to make these stops. 2nd and 3. A field goal we can deal with, right? That leaves us with a field goal type of lead. But if they get a touchdown, then we have got to score a touchdown coming back, and I don't want to be caught in that position. Pistol formation for the Horned Frogs as Brown has a snap, hands it off to Cook to the right. He's got an opening, but Anderson comes flying through like a wild banshee, comes in and just puts Cook to the turf. Oh, my goodness, that was a rough hit. And so 3rd and 1 as TCU comes out in a pistol formation, 3 wide. They're going to hand it off to Lawson up the middle, lowers his shoulder, but Pennington does bring him down. But Lawson picks up 3 yards when all they needed was just 1. And that's a brand new set of downs here for the Horned Frogs. So 1st and goal. Under 9 minutes to go in the 4th quarter. Getting into crunch time, TCU's in a shotgun formation, 3 wide. They send their tight end in motion from right to left. Brown has a snap. Pressure comes, and he gets that one away before we could get the sack. That was a good little blitz coming in from the defensive backfield, but just a split second too late, and he got the ball out. It does fall incomplete, but I definitely would have preferred to have the sack on that one. So now 2nd and goal from the 7, shotgun formation. TCU. Hand it off to Cook to the left. Oh, man! Anderson comes up to try to make the hit, and Cook makes him pay for it. Sends Anderson flying like a rag doll. But he does get stopped at the 1. So the defense does cover for Anderson, team up, and bring him down at the 1-yard line. So 3rd and goal here from the 1. It looks like they're going to be going some big boys in, but TCU's trying to spread them out. And this may catch our defense off guard. They hand it to Lawson. Bounces off a blocker and is in. Oh, man, we had a good play called for it. They just blocked it better. TCU will take the lead back 26-21. And they are going to be going for 2. So their 2-point conversion to put them up by a solid touchdown, as they only have a 5-point lead right now. They're going to be in a shotgun formation. 2 tight ends to the right. Brown gets a snap. He's chased and he's brought down for the sack. Brown sacked for a loss of 7 yards by Lance Brown, one of our young linebackers there. Brown came off that edge unblocked. Beautiful play and gets the stop. Now, they would put us in a tough position, get a 3 and out on us, and force us to punt the ball away. So we did have to give it back to him. But Brown, on the little play action, got kind of flustered by some of the pressure coming and kind of throws it out wide. A little way off balance on that. So we do have him at 2nd and 10. This is one where we have to need a stop. If we don't get a stop, this is going to be a loss. And so 2nd and 10, our defense needing to make a play. They hand it to Cook. He gets space on the outside, breaks 1 tackle, but Anderson cleans it up after a gain of 4. 3rd and 6 now. Oh, man. 3rd and 6 here at the TCU 24-yard line. They do still lead by 5, 26-21. Here they come out. 3. No, they're going to go 5 wide. Brown is alone in the backfield. 5 wide set. They get the snap. We get pressure. They drop it off, and Johnson knocks it loose. Ooh, man. Robinson came close to making a play, but that was tough. They do drop that ball, and we force them to punt. So now after the punt, we're handing it off to Birch to the left side, who's got a hole. Chris Birch down the sideline at the 10, and he's brought down shortly after at about the 8-yard line. Wow, just took an opening and just, ran it just off left of the center. But he cuts it out, out wide left and finds the gaps. Kyle Jones, great blocking off the edge. And he gets sprung all the way to the 8-yard line. With a little momentum, Holt rolling out to his right now. He continues rolling. He's going to take it himself. Dominic Holt in for the touchdown. Get your guns up, Red Raider Nation. Oh, my goodness. Oh, baby. Oh, baby. That was a play by Holt that we did not see coming. He was rolling to the right, and you got to figure he's going to throw it away, but he finds the gap and takes it himself. Now we're going to go for the 2-point conversion. Holt, quick fire to Rivas. 2-point conversion is completed. We now lead by a field goal, 29-26 in this game. Let's take a quick look at Clemson now as they have been defeated. Number 5, Clemson has fallen to Maryland. Wow, they were 3-6. Maryland beats 8-1 Clemson. Now they're 8-2 and 4-6 respectively. Kind of seems like the position we're in. So we did add one extra field goal. It is 32-26, so we lead by one touchdown. Under 2 minutes to go, and TCU trying to fight forward here as they get the first pass off to Chris White for a yard. Under 2 minutes, 1 minute 45 seconds actually. As this clock is moving, TCU is driving. They only have one timeout though, so they are going to have to be careful with it, but we've got to make some plays on defense. We're going to bring in a lot of defensive backs to try to cover all the space that they have. They're in a shotgun. They have the snap. Brown scans over. Pressure comes. Brown taking off. And he's going to get hit, but there is a flag. What is that flag for? They're going to get TCU for holding. Ooh, that one works in our favor. That was a big one. 2nd and 19 now for the Horned Frogs. It was 2nd and 9. They had the first down, but a big-time holding call. This is like earlier on that offensive pass interference that they were able to capitalize on, but we've got to stop them here. So 2nd and 19 now at their own 35-yard line. They're going to come out in a shotgun, 3 wide receivers. And one tight end, Brown with the snap. Fires it over the middle. Andre Hayes leaps up and makes the interception. Oh, my goodness. Oh, baby. Oh, baby. Hayes just leapt up there. Brown did not see him. Dropped back in that zone, and he reached for the sky and made the catch. He's made big plays for us all season, and he is the savior of this game. As thanks to that interception, we would run out the clock and seal up the deal. And look at our offensive production. Holt, 291 total yards and 2 touchdowns. One through the air and one on the ground. 77 rushing yards, 214 passing yards. A great game for him. Hard-fought victory. I do not like having games like this. This one we knew was a possible catch game, and they almost caught us. They almost did. Hayes with that great play at the end. Our offense finding ways to get in. They had us kind of tripped up from the beginning, but we found ways to make it work, and our defense made the adjustments after going down by 14 in the first quarter. And we come back and we put up 32 and win this game 32-26 on the shoulders of Holt, Birch, Cutler, Jones, Rivas, all the guys on the offense, Hayes, Johnson, Armstrong, Wilson, Anderson on the defense, Pennington. I mean, everybody stepped up when they had to. So, great overall performance. Well, not great, but what we needed to have. So, that will keep us at 10-0 on the season. And while we are 10-0, if you have not hit the subscribe button, I would suggest hitting that subscribe button now. And if you did like today's video, giving us a thumbs up, as it really does help out the channel, and hit that little bell notification icon for all video uploads here at Champ & Sons, and to see us try to continue this dream season of perfection. So with that in mind, everybody, I will leave y'all off till the next episode where we will take on West Virginia. So as always, stay safe, and well, y'all know how it goes, right? Later, y'all.